lovely ladies come to help. Hi, darling.
Morena.
Just come over here so they can. Okay. So just before we load out, I'm just going to go through a few things about understanding our bodies and how we could use them to generate power. So in our canoes, they're called the mahi mahi, and they're made by Mononui up north. They're our standard canoes. They're used in the New Zealand Spin Championship, which is held every year. We have about 4,000 paddlers. And there's another event called the New Zealand Marathon Championship, but we can use whatever canoe we want. So we have the first Pukea Malolo here. We've got the Whai, which is the Tahitian brand. We've got an Ari Matahina, which is now being used for World Spin, and our Mahi Mahi. So our Mahi Mahi canoes are quite flat on the bottom, which makes it easier for when you need to place your feet to get your power. So usually, I have a question. And if some of you have done my workshops already, my little ones, you're not allowed to answer this, okay? So in a waka, we call it a waka ama. So sometimes you might hear me refer it to a waka ama or an outrigger. They're the same thing. You cool with that? If you're struggling to hear, come closer, because I don't mind talking loud, but I don't like talking too loud, and my voice needs to last the whole week, just saying. I'm hard of hearing as well, so I have a hearing aid on my left side. On my right side is a tāmoko, a tattoo, and that was put there to say I accept that my hearing is being taken from that side. I did have partial in both, but this one just decided it didn't want to listen anymore. So if you want to talk to me, this side. If you want to talk about me, that side. Okay, so when you go to hop into a canoe, what part of your body do you think needs to first be grounded? Which part of your body you think needs to first be grounded before anything else follows after that?
Feet.
Feet, yeah. Because if your feet are in a good place, then the rest of the body can follow. So I have a question. When you go to walk, do you walk toe to heel, or heel to plantar?
I never thought about it.
Heel? Yeah. So the same thing applies for when you are paddling. You want to make sure that your heel is grounded first before trying to generate the power. Because if you try and generate the power first with your toes, you're going to set off shin splints and you're going to cramp this muscle. And we don't want to cramp this muscle. It's freaking painful if it does. So you want to make sure that your heel's grounded. And if your heel is grounded, you're going to generate good effective power. Why we want the heel as well is what lives behind your heel? Your Achilles. Yep, just talk louder. I'm a little bit deaf. So your Achilles. Now, back in the gladiator days, if they didn't like you, they cut you off at your Achilles, leave you to bleed to die, because it's your artery to your heart. Think about that. They cut it off, you bleed to die. So to make the Achilles work, you need to generate the power from your heel. And we want the Achilles to work, because the Achilles is going to connect to the artery, which is going to connect to your heart. And we want it to work. If you do not use your lower body, do you think that is helping the artery of the heart? If that's all connected. And the thing is, your legs are working, right? So why not use the legs when you paddle and use it coordinated effectively with your arms? So we now know we've got our Achilles, then we've got this one here, which is your calf. Your calf can handle 3 times your body weight. So if you look here, if you look at your calf muscles here, these little muscles here are carrying all of this body weight. Not here, these ones here. So when you drive from the heel, you generate the calf to help. If you drive from the toes, it doesn't help. So we want to generate the power from our heel. This one will then go and help. The muscle that follows after that one is your quad. And it's a pretty big muscle, right? Full muscle. But you have to generate the power from the heel to make the quad work effectively. After your quad, you've got these little things called your
Hula hips. Yeah, good job.
and are our hips made to do this? So why do people pedal like?
You got that? I got all that.
So your hips are made to move. So move them when you pedal. Because your hip, inside here, is a ball. And that ball is connected to your hip. And it's like a ball in a socket. It's made to move. So in pedaling, we want to give this the freedom to move so that it can use the power from below and up here. We don't want to lock our hip, because if you lock your hip, you're going to put a lot of pressure on the back, and we don't want to do that. So people go, well, how do I do it? Do I just go forward and back? Well, to get your hip to help, when you sit on your seat, you put one leg behind. Because if you keep your feet together, how can the hips move? When you put one foot behind and drop it back slightly, see how much your hips can open up. So to get the hips to help more, I have to say to paddlers, get your butt and slide it forward off the seat, not completely, but that's an exaggeration, and then push back with your heel. Rotate your hip forward, slide the butt cheek forward, and pull back. But don't do this. I see some people do this. They lift their hip up and then they do that on the rotation. You have to keep your hips in a line. Don't lift one hip up. Just rotate the hip forward. Rotate. So what we'll get you to do, put one leg in front of the other. Now just for this exercise, take the foot that's behind and push it out so you're almost like an L shape. Cool? Good. Now drop down. Don't lean forward or back, just drop down. Keep this nice and solid. Now the leg that's forward, take that hand, put it behind that hip. Now push that hip forward with the arm. But don't lean, sit up. Push that hip forward. Now from the heel, pull it back. Use the hand behind the hip. Push that hip forward. Use the heel, pull back. Push the hip forward, pull back. Push the hip forward, pull back. Cool. Other side. Foot forward, back foot out, drop down. Feel the legs already? Cool. The hand of the leg that's forward, put that behind your hip. Push that hip forward with the heel, pull back. Push the hip forward, pull back. Now look up while you're doing it. Look up. That's it. Keep going. Now do it. Go. That's it. That's it. Relax. Now grab your paddle. Just hold the bottom. Just hold the bottom of the paddle only. Okay. Put the paddle, the side you've got the paddle on. Bring that leg forward. Drop down. Sit up. Put the paddle by your hips. Now rotate forward. Now use the heel to pull back. Rotate forward. Pull back. Now keep it beside your hip. Now use the hip to bring the paddle forward. There. And then pull back. Rotate forward. Fail. Pull back. Rotate forward. Pull back. Relax. Other side. Paddle beside your hip. Rotate forward with the hip. Then pull back. Rotate forward with the hip. Pull back. Rotate forward. Hold it. Straight arm. Good. You can feel your legs working? Okay, pull back. Rotate forward. Pull back. Relax. Okay. Any questions so far? Yes.
Are we going to have access to the video?
Yep.
maybe?
So every recording that we're doing at the moment, I'm going to then save it as a YouTube clip and then send a link to you guys. Okay. So, do you feel like you can now use your lower body a bit more?
Yeah.
What lives in here? Can I have no one behind me, please? I feel bad when people are behind me. Okay. What lives in here? Your heart, your organ, your liver, your kidney, your intestine, your puku, your tummy. If you paddle like this, is that good? Doing this, is that good for all your vital organs? No. So I know people go, strong posture, be mindful of your posture. You hear it and it's a bit naggy. But if you know when you keep a strong posture that you're looking after all your vital organs, will it make you think a bit more about strong posture? Because here's the thing, if you paddle like this, how can your liver function effectively? How can your heart get that blood pumping through? You've got to keep a strong posture so that your vital organs can perform at their best for you. Also, deep inside, you have your spine and you've got vertebrae. And one vertebrae might have 20 muscle fibers coming off it. So what I mean by that is, you've got one vertebrae sits here, you've got a muscle fiber that goes here, muscle fiber here, 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 here. Just off one vertebrae. If you do this, does that help that muscle vertebrae to be able to be strong for you? Because each muscle fiber might be going to a certain part of your body to do a function. So you need to keep your posture strong so that those muscle fibers can communicate. So for example,
Sorry.
I've seen people paddle like that. Do you think that's good for your spine? Nah. Because what happens when this happens? That grows. Just saying. Because you've thrown your spine out, that it's impacted here, that this is pushing out to try and hold the body's weight. But when it's back here, everything's back into alignment. Also up here, I've learnt the hard way. I've had a stiff neck from trying too hard to overly sit up. And I learnt up here that these three up here are connected to your digestive system. Which is another reason why I was having some problems. I was gaining a lot of weight and I couldn't understand why. And it was because this was so stiff that my digestive system couldn't break down food effectively. So every vertebrae in your body is connected to something. So you've got to be mindful of keeping your posture strong so that all of those things can function. I'm making you think a bit more, aren't I? Because for me, paddling just isn't about putting the paddle in. It's making yourself aware of everything that's going on inside impacts the power that you generate on the outside. So I've talked about the here. So if you had to grab something, do you think you're going to be stronger grabbing it from here to here or here to here. Here to here or here to here. So the most strongest part of your movement is here as opposed to here. Yeah, because that there is where all these muscles can help. There's not much left in there. Because what I've noticed is some paddlers will just put the paddle in and then they push an extra bit at the back. They haven't done much at the front because they're saving it for the back. Where in actual fact, there's more to the power in the front. Yeah, but you can use the back, but make sure you've used the front first. Also, if you went to grab something, would you be stronger grabbing it like this or like that? With your arm straight or with your arm bent? So why do paddlers sometimes just paddle like that as opposed to... So you've got more power doing this than just doing... But if you come from dragon boating, it's a little different, eh? Because you're so close in feet, and sometimes if the person in front of you doesn't reach as far, you get a little bit short. But in an outrigger and a waka, you've got how much room? So why not let that length happen? And when you lengthen, then you have more muscles to help. When you bend it, there's not so many muscles to help. So why not get a good setup with the whole body and then pull? Now, you notice when you push your paddle down in the water, it pops up naturally?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of use that when I go to paddle. So I'll put the paddle in the water and I'll pull, and I won't try and use my bottom arm to try and pull it up. I'll just put my thumb under my T-bar and I'll loosen it, and I'll let the natural popping out help me to return it, because this uses more energy than releasing it and using your thumb. So what I want you to do is just grab your paddle and grip the bottom. I want you to grip it. Just grip it. Now just go forward and back. It's hard, eh? Now, just with a bit of balance, I want you to try loosening it on the return. Does it feel a little bit easier and quicker? But there's no rule that says that we have to grip on the return. Loosen it, and when you do that, you'll help to lengthen and you'll get more reach on the entry as opposed to clench. So if I clench, this is how far forward I can go. If I lengthen, I add more on. And the thing is, you need a recovery part of your stroke. If you're clenching on the return, how are you getting some recovery in your stroke? Your muscles love oxygen. The more oxygen you can take in, the better. If you're clenched and pin, can oxygen get in and out easily? So you need to relax so you can get that oxygen in and out. Like I said, your muscles love oxygen. The more oxygen you can take in for your muscles, the better they can perform. Also, when you loosen the return, it'll stop this and this. It'll allow everything to open up more. So if you want to try with the thumb for the return, so get your thumb, just hook it, and loosen the return. Loosen it. Loosen it. That's it. Other leg forward. That's it. Loosen it. That's it. Does it feel a little bit easier on the return? If you clench, I guarantee you're going to end up paddling like this, and you're going to be quite stiff and sore. Relax and open up. Relax. Relax. Cool? Any questions so far? Are we ready to go out and play? Ready. Yes. So what we're going to do, we're going to take two 12-person canoes out. We're going to head up the river today, and we will go to the cut. We're going to have Vicky steering and Paula. I'm going to go up to seat 1 in one of the boats to give them give you guys a bit of a follower, and then I'm going to turn and work with you. And the main reason I'm doing it is because I'm going to split you into 2 groups. And if I've got paddlers that have similar styles, I'm going to put you guys together and another lot together. It's nothing to do with your fitness levels, because I can have people that are not as fit but have the most beautiful technique, or ones that are super fit but super robotic and hard. It's about, I want to find ones with similar techniques so that I can just work with them on that. And because we've got such a big group of you, so I'm going to be honest, I cannot remember all the seats that people like to sit in, but I'm going to say some seat numbers, and if you are comfortable in that seat, I need you to put your hand up, okay? So we're potentially going to be taking 2 12-men, which means we're going to need 4 people in each seat. So the first seat, I'm asking if we can have 3 people that are comfortable to sit in seat 1, because I will be one of them. Okay, you come over here. 2 6s. So do you want to hop on my one? Oh, no. You can come with me, Paula, and then I'll put you with Sharon. So I just want to put, I'm going to call your seat numbers, and I want you to put your hand up for me. Seat 1. Seat 4. Seat 5. 2, 3, 1, 6, 5. Cool. Okay. Look, your hands are good wash. Just more on the low tide stuff. So when we're ready, we're going to need your muscles, and we're going to lift the front up, and then we're going to put the trolleys underneath, and then we're going to walk the canoe down. 1, 2, 3, lift. Up. Side. Oop. You should be in the front of the side. So I'm going to ride your side. Yeah, we're good. Down. Now you can come back a little bit, and we'll start pulling the canoe forward. Just take the tire and put the tire at the back. On the back. Into the back.
No, the tire. The tire.
Oh, sorry. You can carry it to the right. You can carry it to the right. Aye. Go.